Hello everyone, welcome back again. My name is Piyush Lokhande and today I am going to discuss the topic hypervisor. It is called as the brain of virtualization. So, the hypervisor is also known as virtual machine monitor. It is a software or firmware that create and run virtual machine. It sits between the hardware and the VMs and it is responsible for allocating physical resources like CPU, RAM, storage, network to the VMs. Now, what are the types of hypervisor? Mainly, there are two types of hypervisor. The first one is type 1 hypervisor, which is called as bare metal or native hypervisor. And the second one is hosted hypervisor or type 2 hypervisor. So, first we will talk about type 1 hypervisor. So, the hypervisor is installed directly on the top of physical server's hardware. It does not need host operating system. It acts as own specialized operating system dedicated solely to running virtualized machine. For example, this is the diagram of type 1 hypervisor. Here we have a hardware and this is the hypervisor, type 1 hypervisor, which is directly installed on a hardware. And these are the virtual machine which are created from this hypervisor. Now, how it works? The hypervisor talks directly to the hardware. And what about its performance? It is excellent because there is no OS in the middle and its uses enterprise data center and servers. Its example are VMware, ESXi, KVM, Microsoft Hyper-V, and XEN Zen, etc. Now, the type 2 hypervisor, which is hosted hypervisor. This hypervisor is installed on the top of conventional host operating system like Windows, macOS, Linux, etc. It relies on the host operating system for hardware resources and management. This is the diagram for type 2 hypervisor, hosted hypervisor. Here we have hardware and we have installed operating system on this hardware and hypervisor is installed on this type of uh, system and then it creates virtual machines like virtual machine 1, virtual machine 2, and in these virtual machines we can run any type of operating system like Windows running on VM1 and Linux is running on VM2. So this is the architecture of type 2 hypervisor. Now how it works, the hypervisor talk to the host OS which then talk to the hardware. Okay, so what is the performance? Good performance but has some overhead due to host operating system. Here operating system is in the middle. It reduce the performance as compared to type 1. So now what are the use cases? It is generally used by developers, testers and user which needs to run multiple OS on their system. Now what are the example? The main example and most popular examples are Oracle VirtualBox and VMware Workstation and Parallel Desktop. These are the example of type 2 hypervisors software. Now we will move to next topic which is container. So what is container? It is a lightweight alternative. It is the alternative of virtual machine. So containers are more recent and lightweight form of virtualization. Instead of virtualizing an entire machine, including OS, they virtualize at the operating system level. The key difference between a VM virtualize the hardware and while a container virtualize the operating system. So this is the architecture for container. Here we have hardware and host operating system and containers like Docker. And it create three. It created a three containers like container one, container two, and container three. And these containers share the host operating system like kernel, but packages the application and dependencies like library, code, runtime into a single contained unit. Now this is the difference between VM and container. Thank you everyone.